Hey everyone, for those who don't know me, I'm Emma and I'm the artist behind Unsteady Art. So what we're doing today is I'm going to be digitising a design that I've just done for Nico at work. She's wanting the two squash rackets, an NE in the middle, and then squash ladies written at the side. So I'm not sure what size we're going yet, so I'm going to start as the chest pocket and then work out from there. So let's get this digitised. So let's reduce this down a little bit first so we can actually fit it in. The drawings I always do to whatever, I'd rather do the scale bigger to start off with design wise so I can shrink it down. I think that might be alright because then we can at least get them across there. But I think I might make it just a tiny bit bigger. So we'll zoom right in. It is a line drawing one, but I want the lines as thick as I can generally get it, just so it will stand out, because these are going onto hoodies. Just Hoods is the brand that we're going for. So let's start off. So one is getting a black hoodie, the other is getting a, it's classed as smoke burgundy. So I'm not 100% sure what colours they're going to be yet, but I'll start off with the back because it's just easy to change the colour once it's there. So let's start off with the gridded lines, so at least then that is underneath. Well, I think that's as small as I'm going to allow it to get. So we might just have to just be careful with the lines, just so they don't clash. Hey everyone, so I did manage to finish the squash ladies before. So I did manage to finish the squash ladies. I'm going to be in the next few days ordering the hoodies for that. I'm just waiting on another order to just finalise. So the idea is when it comes to the other jumper, so there is one in burgundy smoke, one in black. So the colours are going to represent both and then swapped over for the other one because black is not going to show up on black. So that is the idea of it anyway. And yeah, so I'll go on to what is for today's agenda. So today's agenda is to turn this A5 sheet into an A4 one. Now I'm still wanting to do the similar design, so I'm actually going to have to make it so it goes beyond the page. So basically I'm making half a page and that should marry up. So yeah, let's get on with that. Did do a poodle before that were a lighter colour. Luna is slightly darker. So I've just changed the colour so it matches that one. So let's flip it. So these are roughly, let's say in about right. So that's the image. Now that is to do it as if it was an A5. So now I need to change it to the A4 format. So we'll start off with a rectangle. Don't matter about the sizes yet because I'm going to be changing that. So I did do the maths earlier. So it's not going to be A4 as such, it's going to be just slightly off by 1.5 centimetres, and that's just so I've still got enough material to be able to cover around everything. So that ends up being at 28.1. One. Right. So if we now push that down, '90, sorry. Take that out for now. Duplicate again, because I'm going to have to copy these, because if I enlarge them they're just going to end up huge, which is not what I want. I do like the size of them. So that one off. Move it across, get these off as well. Right, so them two are in line now. I think I need to do it as half a page. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back quite a bit. Right. Reason why I'm saying is I can't move it across after. So duplicate layer there. What I'm going to do is do it while it's on here. So need the eraser tool again, there we go. Hopefully now I should, right, so there's something still there. So it's either over here and pretty much the same distance there. Okay, so I'll try this again. So I'm just about to print out the tester sheets for the cover. So these are the inserts. I just need to do the tester sheets because I need to make sure that they will corner up on each side. So I'm going to set this now so I can do these. So it should be for the cover 28.6. So not to square. So let's get these cut. So as you can see, there isn't a lot to cut off them. 0.5. There we go. And then this is 20.5. So let's cut this down. Right, so while the last of the cover sheets are printing out, I'm just going to take the inserts and just shave off a couple of mil at the utmost, and that's just so I know it can clear the boards. So I'm just making sure both of them are back to back, so I'm doing it in on the correct side. The covers are centralised on the just shine 8.5. That. I want it being very fun. Doesn't even look like it. Hello again everyone, so I've got the last few pages printing out and then I've got to reverse them and cut them down. I've really had to go to town slimming the pieces down, so I'm now down to 20. And that is just so it gives me that little bit just to go over the top before I put the other bits down. I'm still contemplating a way of securing it down just in case. So I'm going to try one first, and at least then if I do have to do another one, it's not the end of the world. So I've got my sheet here and the very cut down grey board. I've also got the inner sleeve as well, that's had a little bit more of a cut as well. So let's do this and hope that it works. There's so much margin for error here, it's unreal, but I've got to try. There we go. So I'm going to do it the same way as what I do the others, which is just laying it on and then try and squaring it, eyeballing it square, which is going to be a lot harder because there's a lot more area. A lot more area to get square. Oh, I don't think I've done bad there. I don't think I've done bad there at all. So that's roughly about right. So let's squeegee it down. slightly cut the corners down, but unfortunately I don't actually think there's much of the corner to cut down. It's not even a couple of mil I'm cutting off here. Apologies that you can't really see this bit. There we go. But it is literally the tiniest bit. Right, let's see how much room we've got to play with. I still want to do it this way, and it is just because it'll give me as much of a surface area as what I can get. At least it's gone over, which is what I needed it to do. Oh, there we go. Let's try again with this side. That one didn't go as clean, but it's still enough to go over the top. Bend it round again. So it doesn't look like I've got as much room on these sides. Oh. So much surface area. I did forget to squash the corners in, but there is actually only one side that should have needed it. See if I can get that to flatten. There we go. Pretty much straight anyway. Now the last one. Right, now that there we go, that is done. Just need to try and put the cover on and hope that it fits. Oh, it looks like it does by the literally skin of its teeth. I'm going to have to be careful with the top corner. Just. I will have to try and get it as close as possible to the sides just to be able to get it. There we go. I do apologise that you're pretty much seeing top of my head in some of the but I ain't really got much choice. I've got the monitor up there, the camera here, the other camera going down, and no other room. I might put a few in the centre this time round. This is where when they manufacture them, and it kind of like out. Just chip a little bit here just for that end, because I definitely need it to stick everywhere I can. Right. That side and that side. Hey, and there we go. So I'm going to do the other one off camera, so and you'll then see me punching holes in a lot of paper. So let's go. Hello everyone and great morning. So I've managed to get all of the pages done. So let's close it down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that'll do nicely. So let's get all the holes punched in and we're ready to bind it up. The reason why I printed out the normal sheet of paper is so I could make sure on this with being slightly new numbers. So when it comes to these, it is important which way it goes. So I've got the dog always facing down because it is a top and a bottom. Let's level it off. Got a funny feeling I'm going to have to push it out for these, so I'm purposely going to I knew that was going to be stiff because I've ended up putting the reinforced bit of material down. Right, at least now I can push it completely out to get the rest. So I might braid that back down just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take 2 away. Right. Block first, dog always facing down. So now we're doing it on the back. See if I can show you. So I've got it between 1/2 and 5/8. Now I know these are the ones that I'm using, which one am I using? 14.9. So I do know that they are meant to be 5/8. But I like them a little bit tighter, just so I know that the pages aren't going to go out, even though getting these out will be annoying. So the only thing that we need to know is that all of the pins need to go to the back. Both top and bottoms need to touch the back. That's the only way sort of getting it where it's consistent. Go. And that's how my looks. Right, so on that note, I'm going to leave it here. So if you did love this episode, please like, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear what you're saying. So thank you very much. See you later. Bye.